The following podcast is rated M for mature.
Hey there, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the Rating Pending Podcast Show. I'm tonight's host, Carnal, better known as Eduardo Toro. And following me today, my co-host, Solix Base, also known as Jose.
Merry Christmas.
No Christmas mode for
Of course
only
it's Christmas.
Halloween.
We just finished Halloween yesterday.
I don't give
It's
a shit.
Christmas time now.
No, I still have candy.
Fine.
Okay. So, guys, today's going to be a two-person show. Our other hosts are either busy or unavailable right now, so they all want to say they're sorry. So we're saying sorry from their part because
Or not.
reasons. Today is Nintendo Free for All Extravaganza. We have a lot of Nintendo content to discuss. So, Jose, do you want to start us off?
I don't know, do I?
Okay, he's a dick. So, starting off, Walmart dropping the Nintendo 2DS price to
Same case.
$79. Jose, what are your thoughts on that?
Other than the fact that Best Buy will also be dropping the XL's price by like $25.
Yeah.
I say it's becoming quite interesting. I mean, November's already Nintendo's month. We're gonna have Pokemon out and Smash Brothers for the Wii U on the exact same day. You have all the amiibos that are coming out with that game. The bundles that are being released as well. You have the two Pokemon pack in there as well.
Yeah, it was a 200 potion code, which is
It, it doesn't sound as great, but when you think about it,
it's good for people who know how to play the game.
yeah. And on top of that, they're giving you 200 potions. Don't you think there's a reason to give you that many potions?
Oh,
I mean,
they could
there was
be
a
a reason because it's Nintendo. Normally they do things because they have reasons, but uh,
it worried me a bit because they released another trailer yesterday for Ruby Sapphire where they compared the new version with the old version.
yeah.
And things that you would notice is like, for example, the first gym leaders, like like her first Geodude is like a level 2, I believe. Like you're gonna make it pretty quickly to the first gym. Like quick,
Wait, her Geodude's level 2?
apparently. Like
Maybe you
that's
read it wrong. I know your
I
eyesight's
might
not great.
I might have read it wrong, or it could have just been, since we're still showing what's gonna happen in the game, it might have just been alpha footage and they just left it like that.
Yeah.
The comparisons look pretty good though. Like there's a lot of nice things. Some of the themes got remixed. Like the dive theme got a huge remix.
Okay.
We don't have as many trumpets in the game anymore. It's more guitars than trumpets in this case.
But trumpets.
I know, I miss them too. Um, but as for the price drops, Nintendo did release recently that the new 3DS wasn't going to be touching West anytime soon, up until 2015.
Yeah.
Mostly because the 3DS sold from the start. It always sold way better on the West side, and now is when the 3DS is catching up back at Japan and the Eastern side
Yeah.
with the new one. I guess that maybe adding an extra joystick and two extra buttons actually did.
Yeah, but we gotta remember the new 3DS has a where added, which makes the gameplay a lot smoother.
Yeah,
The internet gameplay a lot better, less laggy, a lot less jumpy. You know.
yeah, exactly. So
But I think it's a smart move considering that they have this new policy, which you mentioned to me like a month ago. I think it was you that when the new DS comes out, you're gonna be able to trade in your old one if it's a limited edition DS, like for example my X and Y XL
oh yeah,
DS,
exactly.
or the
Oh,
2DS.
for those of you who don't know, all the limited edition XL 3DSs, you
Will be
can trade
available
them.
for trading.
You can trade them in. And I think they lowered the price for like $80, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I can't
It's
remember. I don't have the article in my hand.
it's the limited edition XLDSs, or some apparently, depending the date you bought it in, 2DSs.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
it's smart because what they're doing there is they're recycling parts from old DSs. So for a very cost-effective rate for them, while getting you to buy new hardware.
You
So
know. You know.
they're recycling the screens, the older joysticks, some of the button pads, some of the inner works, while still upgrading and still getting money out of you because you're still paying the like for the rest that you have to pay
Exactly.
for.
Two things I have to say about it. It looks freaking beautiful and it works freaking amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great thing, and it's a smart. Let's see, it's a smart business move because now with this we can go on to our next topic, which is the amount of assets or the monetary value that Nintendo has in assets right now. They have $9.67 billion in assets right now.
With an extra 4.5 billion in the bank.
Yeah, this is coming from a company which was close to bankruptcy not long ago, and suddenly they come out with we have 9.67 billion plus a 4 billion on the side, and it's ah inspiring. It's shocking.
It's just amazing, nonetheless.
It's not an underdog story. It's more of an old hero coming back from a huge war.
It's more like you have the teacher leave the classroom for a while, come back and say, "Here's your test. Take it."
Take it, but I'm giving you everything so you can answer.
Exactly. Quite frankly, they worked it out really well, especially with the recent news where they want to take the entertainment system, like the entertainment route, and branch out to all different markets.
Yeah, but see, this is where we have to look more into what they're doing as a business because you mentioned before the podcast that they have 4 new studios working in one same building.
Yeah, exactly. I
Which,
mean, it
think about it, this is the perfect move for them. They just stated how much money they have, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo did not correctly state how much money they had and how
yeah,
much monetary value their assets have. I'm pretty sure they have a lot more, but they're like keeping it hidden away from the public because it doesn't. It's not convenient for them to tell their competition how much their assets are worth.
yeah, exactly.
They're giving you a sneak peek. Their assets could probably reach in the value of 12 billion or more without the money on the side. They're just giving you the specific number of 9.67 billion just to rub it in your face a bit, just to tell you we're here to stay. You said
Yeah,
we were gonna leave, we're gonna stay.
pretty much. You know what else they're doing right?
What?
Freaking DLC.
Yes, I heard for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, at least the Japanese version, there is gonna be paid DLC, which most people are gonna be like, "Well, but it's Monster Hunter. Since when do we have paid DLC? The 3 Ultimate didn't have paid DLC, heard her." But think about it. We're having a shit ton of DLC, which is already free, but you're also giving us paid DLC, which apparently includes new monsters from other games and probably 1 or 2 new ones that which we haven't seen, armors, weapons, and possibly access to an area that's already coded in the game, but we haven't seen yet.
Quite
I
frankly,
remember that there was this issue that coders uncovered the White Fatalis boss battle in the Unknown Forest when it was not
yeah,
released yet as a DLC. People, if you find this, by the way, do not use the quest because apparently it will cause a few errors in your game. Nothing game breaking, but it's been coded in a way where it's available, but not all of the conditions are met inside the coding for it to be run completely or as efficiently as it should be. So if you find the White Fatalis, for all you Monster Hunter fans, if you find the White Fatalis code or quest available in the Unknown Forest in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Japanese version, don't play just yet. Just wait for Capcom and Nintendo to release it on their own. But you know, paid DLC and DLCs per se are great to catch the attention of their faithful followers. Because come on, like if you tell me, oh, I'm playing Monster Hunter, and suddenly you tell me, hey, you know this series you really like from Japan, like Nanatsu no Taizai? Yeah, yeah, we're giving you the main character's sword. What? Nani? Like I would change nationality in a heartbeat just when you tell me just because you told me something like that. And DLCs are a really smart move on Nintendo's behalf because Nintendo has never really flopped at DLCs like other companies.
exactly. It flopped. Most of the DLC was always free.
Yeah.
it contained a good amount of content.
Yeah.
I guess like right now, all the crossover DLC, that's all free for you
Yeah,
to
like the
download.
Animal Crossing,
The Mega
The Link
Man,
Legend of Zelda, Mega Man. The Mega Man one is cool.
it
It's cool.
is.
And so are the Animal Crossing ones. And the armors they give you are really great. I've seen some of the new weapons. They're beautiful.
I've seen some of the new armors. Oh dear lordy.
Oh dear. No, they're even including like we're kind of focusing too much on Monster Hunter, but give us a break. We're fans.
Yeah,
The
it's part of
hardcore
it.
fans.
It's part of it. I'm sorry, people.
Yeah. But we can actually use this as an example because they have these many assets, like this much money or like currency worth in assets. And we also mentioned they're thinking about branching out to other sorts of entertainment platforms, maybe movies, series,
Well,
whatever.
they've already started putting in like little, for example, in Game Freak. Game Freak has, I believe, 2 Pokemon apps right now out in the Apple Store.
Yeah,
So it is a start. People have been downloading them. They aren't really perfect applications,
but it's a
but
good
they
start.
do, yeah, but they do run pretty well.
Yeah.
So I guess that from there, I think we could potentially jump to, let me see, we could jump to, all right, the biggest news so far, which was the whole region lock. So they've been hinting it for a while. They've been hinting it ever since they announced the new 3DS, even though they didn't want to say it.
Yeah. They didn't want to admit that one of their biggest trump cards, which was giving out the DS without a region lock, was already out. It was one of those leaks that Sakurai
Iwata.
Iwata. Sorry, I'm sorry, people. I'm bad with names.
We've had to listen to Sakurai for so long in the past couple
Yeah,
of months
it's
that
like when
he just
you're
stuck
giving
there.
me bacon every day and expect me and give me a slice of ham and expect me to call it ham. It comes from the same animal. Still good, not as good as bacon, but still there. But yeah, so they're hinting for taking off the region locks. But you know what's interesting?
What's interesting?
I think they're doing it not only because they now have enough money and assets worth to take care of the servers in a better way so that they won't have as many problems, but it's because they want a broader audience for what's to come. Because if we see most Nintendo games, what's something Nintendo games always, and I mean always, have something that works with them, like towards their goal, and it's CGI or short clips inside the games.
Yeah.
So we have small Pokemon shorts. We have the Pokemon movies, which is a whole Pokemon company per se. Nintendo really doesn't have any like much to do with that. But that doesn't mean Nintendo won't release its own game-based Pokemon film or a Monster Hunter CGI film, which a lot of
The
people would
Pikmin
be
short
very
films.
interested in. Hmm.
I can't forget about it. I'm sorry. The fact that they released little short films for Pikmin recently.
Yeah, Pikmin, which is a very popular game for a lot of people. I've never had the opportunity to play Pikmin, not because I haven't wanted to, but I'm poor. Like I don't
Yeah,
got money. People
exactly.
don't expect me to play everything Nintendo. If I had the money to do it, I would. But I would watch a lot of gameplay videos from YouTubers. I'm gonna name one because Sugar Conroy, he's badass. His Pikmin videos are amazing. Personally, he's one of my favorites. Uh, and I would see his Pikmin videos, and I'll be like, "This is a very interesting game. This is a numbers game, but people don't play it like one."
Exactly.
And they have a lot of these games, and Nintendo has a lot of games that have the capability of becoming its own standalone animated movie,
Mm-hmm.
not real life, not live action, animated CGI at most movies,
And
and they will start using that to their advantage soon enough. Probably not in the next 1 or 2 years, but give it 5 to 10 years, and we might actually see Nintendo going not to the big screen, but to the big cyber screen.
exactly. I mean, they've already been able to do quick little Kid Icarus shorts for when the game was coming out. All those, I think it was two that were CGI ish, and then you have the other ones that were actually anime drawn. A third party for them. Bayonetta recently also got an anime.
Yeah.
So, it's there. The chances are there. We also have the fact, something I was reading earlier. We also have the whole amiibos.
Yeah, the amiibos are another thing that's coming out. A lot of people were complaining about the amiibos because once they were mass produced, the quality of the amiibo like figure itself wasn't as good as a lot of people had hoped. But it's a mass produced product. You can't really expect that much. Nintendo has its own things to worry about, and the quality we were expecting when they first showed it was something that was going to become hard for us to get.
Yeah, but they still look good. I mean, for example, like there are some small changes that I really don't bother me. Because, for example, I have the experience where I have a couple of Skylanders because of my sister, and then I have like most of the Infinity figures over on my desk.
Okay.
We had a situation where the Vanellope figure, her waist broke out of the box.
Really?
Yeah, and well, we didn't take it back for whatever reason, but we did manage to glue it back, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Um, but the amiibo figures, like for example, Link's base, they changed the transparent tubing to a yellow tubing. His sword, same with Marth's, they made it soft plastic so it wouldn't be as sharp. Some of the details got brushed off because most of these look like really hard painted.
Yeah.
Some of the figures, like for example, Villager's figure, all that really has is that the eyes are a little big.
Yeah, but
And yeah,
graphics.
the one figure that would piss me off to no extent if they got it wrong would be Kirby's figure.
Come on, if you get Kirby's figure wrong, like what are you doing, Nintendo? Nintendo,
Like
stop!
if
It
I
is
go
the
to
simplest figure ever.
if I go to a Toys R Us or a GameStop or whatever store and I find a Kirby figure with his eyes lopsided, I'm gonna both laugh and cry at the store for the
Please
amount of
record
childhood
yourself.
damage.
Please record yourself. I want
Oh,
I
I
want
will.
that for the. Like,
If
I'm
it
pretty sure
happens, I
Victor would
will.
love that for the channel.
But quite frankly, what I like about it is like
Hmm.
this formula that Skylanders and Infinity have, where you need to buy a recent game, but you can still use the old figures.
Yeah.
I find it okay. I really wish that you could just buy the game standalone without the whole figure bundle and everything, because it
Yeah.
like with the figure bundle you add I think it's a $20 extra price to the game, which I'm okay with because it's 3 figures. Each figure's like $15.
Okay.
What I did read, and it's what I really like, is the fact that many of the amiibo figures, when I say many, I mean for the time being around 5, you can use them on different games. Like right now, you have DK's, Yoshi's, Peach, and Mario's, and you can use them on Mario Kart 8. You're gonna be able to use. I think you're also gonna be able to use them in the upcoming Mario Party game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can use Link's figure in Hyrule Warriors. You can freaking Yoshi. You can use it for Yoshi's Island. Pretty much Epic Yarn. I don't remember. Oh, Woolly World is the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they will have multiple uses. I wish that the quality was a little better in the figures,
But
but
it's a granted thing. Like it's granted.
yeah, and I
But
mean it's like let's face it, the company that's doing Skylanders, I don't remember the name. They've been dealing with the figures for a while, so they're getting the hang of it.
yeah.
The company that made Infinity, they recently released their the Marvel set, which freaking Hulk weighs an entire pound in your hand. That is still beyond me.
Yeah.
And the
Doesn't
figures look
couldn't that actually affect the pod or the hub it's supposed to connect to?
no, it really doesn't because like it's heavy on hand, but then I also have to take into consideration the plastic from the box and everything.
Oh, but you didn't tell me it was in the box. Like,
Oh
you
no, yeah, it
mentioned
was. I'm not gonna open it. It's a present for a
I don't
kid.
know that stuff. You just
But
told me my
it does.
mama brought it to me from the store and it's a pound.
Yeah.
You don't give me any details.
What
What's
I,
wrong with you?
but these little changes like to help the durability, I'm okay with because you're charging me $13 per figure.
Hmm.
Most of the figures still look good. Like Samus's figure still looks pretty cool. The fact that I'm going to be able to use them on multiple games in a close future,
It excites you.
it yeah, it does. Like it gives me hope that I can just buy these figures and use them for quite a while.
Okay.
So with that in mind, this is a crossover type of topic.
Yeah.
There is also the news where Nintendo has already confirmed that they will be doing more crossovers for 2015.
Which begs the question: what kind of crossovers are we looking at? Because you could go with the very crazy, yet some people wouldn't be that surprised about it, kind of crossover, like like how Hyrule Warriors was, but
Yeah,
instead of Hyrule Warriors, Zelda Party.
you could do a Zelda party. It would also be kind of cool if you like, fine, you're releasing a Mario Party now,
Yeah.
but
If you could add
like
the characters to that game.
you could add the Zelda characters, the Metroid character. You could do what you're doing with Mario Kart. Mario Kart is taking in their different titles and putting them into the game now.
Like they did with Smash. Like they're starting to do with Smash
They're trying
with
to do
everything
with
else.
Mario Kart what they did with Smash, and they might just do it for other games.
Yeah, which
Also,
wouldn't be a bad thing.
it also reminds me, I always forget his name. Zelda's creator. Jesus.
Don't expect me to save you from this one, bro.
Can somebody write it down, please? Because I really don't remember the name right now. I've said so many names out of my own region that it doesn't really help me.
Writers, please give us name of Zelda creator. While we wait on that, so
The thing
yeah,
is, like,
uh-huh.
I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna say it. You know how they're putting in the Master Cycle, which is basically the motorcycle that Link appears in the screenshot.
Uh-huh.
They want to make a game with that motorcycle.
That would be wait. What kind of game? Are we talking about Captain Falcon kind of game, or
I don't know.
cause
I
cause I
really
would I
don't.
would buy that. I would get the console for that. I would consider it. I would download it. I would download it. Huh? I would download it for for the DS if it came out. I would do many things with that game.
Like, I would be on. Like, honestly, I would laugh if I were to see freaking, I don't know. Like, you were to give Ganondorf a really small motorcycle. And he's just like trying to hold himself
Oh,
on it.
like a micro donkey from the game for Xbox. Like the
Yeah.
God, that would be amazing.
Like, I heard about it. I think it was through, it wasn't Kotaku, it was, I think, Zelda Informer. And there we go, Miyamoto. There we go. Thank
Miyamoto,
you.
thank you, writer.
Yeah,
Writer
Miyamoto
trying
was the
to do
one
his
who told
best.
us this. Um, and I thought of every little aspect as to how that would work. Like, unless you're making a slightly modernized version of Zelda, I don't see it anywhere else, really.
Hmm. You know what would be kind of cool
What?
if you could play a. This is my kind of thing because I like this kind of game. But we have Animal Crossing, right? If we had an Animal Crossing kind game with one of the other universes.
So you're saying basically make it like take the Nintendo games, make them into this Animal Crossing type of feel.
Yeah, where you live in your own town full of Nintendo characters. Because come on, we have a. If you look at the Animal Crossing games, each game gives you a possible roster of about at least the old games, like 8 villagers aside from yourself, and
It was
each
10 actually.
10 villagers.
When I made
The,
it
old,
to the
the original DS game. The original DS game.
yeah, I made it to like about 10.
Oh, shit, I always had like 8.
Well, you always had two people leaving.
No, I literally didn't. Never had more than 8 people after, like, without including myself. I would
Huh.
never reach more than 8. Maybe it's a thing with me.
Nah, I don't know. I have to
But
replay it. I don't know.
But when you look at the guides per se, or the possible animals you would get in the game, the list was huge. And I'm just saying, Nintendo has a lot of games with a lot of characters. Like it would be cool if I were the villager and suddenly I go to see my neighbor because I just got in town, and then Tom Nook's like, you know what, go see your neighbor or whatever, like the equivalent of Tom Nook, which would be a Tanuki from
Yeah,
Super Mario would be cool. Or like Mario in a Tanuki suit as Tom Nook. That would be cool.
that would be hilarious,
That
honestly.
would be hilarious. And suddenly you go to your neighbor and you see it's Bowser Jr. or Yoshi or Pikachu or even freaking Link,
Honestly,
a Toon Link. It's suddenly, oh, that's cool. And suddenly you like go to the mayor, and the mayor is the me character for Sakurai. That'd be
Or yeah,
that
like
would be amazing.
it'd be funny if the mayor would like switch like on a daily basis. It would be a different mayor. Like, hi, I'm Iwata. It would just make me laugh so much.
Or like you have 4 or 5 possible, so you don't necessarily need to have the same mayor as your friend. And then when you go to the other
Yeah,
town,
exactly.
your friend's town, you go talk to a mayor. You're like, oh, you're from my friend's, like my friend Sakurai's town, whatever you name your town. That's cool. And then he would give you an item. That would be cool. That would be a game a lot of people would play, would mess around with. Because you know how, at least this last game, what was the name of the? I haven't played Animal Crossing since
New Leaf.
Wild World. What?
It would be New Leaf.
Not New Leaf, yeah, but the name of the female character that helps you run the town,
Isabel.
Isabel. It'll be so funny because you know how a lot of people are like just in love with Isabel.
Yeah.
So have one of the female or male character. Like if you pick a female villager, have it be a male Nintendo character out of a specific roster, and if you're a male villager, then have it be a female from a specific. It would be so cool if suddenly you had Rosalina take care of you like Isabel would.
Yeah.
Or if you picked a female character, a villager, then I don't know, what's a very nice, homey male Nintendo character that you would see like a not a fatherly figure, but someone who would take care of you.
Captain Falcon? No, I'm kidding. Uh
That would be over the top.
that'd be hilarious. Huh? Like honestly, I would play a female villager just to have Captain Falcon as my mentor.
You're messed up.
'Cause I am not
So
messed
only
up.
you see Ike taking care of you, because Ike is
That'd
cool.
be cool. That'd be
Or
cool.
Mars.
You took
So
it down the gay bar. Jesus.
why the gay
I
bar?
don't like Mars. I
You,
just don't. I don't.
first of all, why are you using gay as a derogatory term?
I don't know. Okay, like fine. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Gotcha. Point is, it
Fine.
would be kind of cool if we had a male character like one of those, like take care of you or help you run the town. It would be a good experience, and that's one crossover idea. Nintendo has a bunch of them. Like you remember Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, Pokemon Snap. You have the Pokemon Conquest,
Yeah. So let's go more with Snap because Snap is a very fun, all-around, age-friendly game.
which they might be making a sequel.
Yes. So imagine a Pokemon Snap kind of game, but using a sort of vehicle that goes through all of the Nintendo universes.
I see where you're going with this.
So you're talking with what's a professor kind character from Nintendo?
Well, you have the one from Brain Age, but it's kind of creepy.
No, that would be way too creepy. That would be messed up.
Just put Mario, really. Like, quite frankly, if you're gonna talk to somebody
Dr. Mario. We have Dr. Mario as the
yeah,
Pokemon professor. When he's asking you to take pictures of everyone from the universes, or you have one of the freaking creators of Nintendo, like not Sakurai because we use Sakurai so much. Iwata. We have Iwata be the professor. It's like, I want you to go through all of the universes we've created and take pictures. The more pictures you take with the better quality, the more points you get. And you like every time you get more points, you can get new worlds or a different kind of camera, a new kind of vehicle, etc., etc., etc. Maybe you can actually interact with the worlds instead of just going around and taking pictures. And imagine suddenly you being in the Kirby world, taking pictures of Kirby eating one of the monsters and turning into Sword Kirby or Rock Kirby, and suddenly, oh, we're having some problem with the dimensional rifts. We're doing emergency travel, and suddenly you'll go into a hunter fighting a Rathalos, and you gotta take pictures of that. It's like, oh, this is amazing.
then you're taken to like floating into outer space, and
You're
you
floating
you
on
go past
stage,
like by our wings and stuff.
stars flying everywhere, and it's just.
To make sure we already covered the pricing, right?
Yeah, we already covered the pricing. It was the first
Yeah,
thing we
okay.
talked.
Yeah, I forgot to cross that out on my list. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, that would be basically the. We're already thinking about like series they have right now because at least Monster Hunter is owned by Capcom, and Capcom was thinking about selling some titles. So if Nintendo got it, Yes,
It
sir.
honestly speaking, I think if Nintendo were to take part of Capcom's licenses, I think they would take Mega Man's license as well.
I really hope they do, because Mega Man needs some love. He needs.
It's like the worst thing that's happened is that every single idea that's pitched at Capcom to make a Mega Man game, they start making that and then they cancel it when it's
It
like a
dropped.
20% done. They
Yeah,
just drop the ball so
every
hard
damn
with it.
time. And
I
most
guess
of the
in a
time, it's
way,
not even because it's a bad game. It's because they get focused on something else. It's like, oh, we need the manpower for another game.
I just think in a way Capcom might maybe they just don't want to depend too much
Nintendo,
on a mascot. You know, like Nintendo always depends on a mascot.
Mario,
Xbox always depends on a
Microsoft
mascot.
depends on Master Chief.
Yeah,
Sony depends on Nathan Drake or the Assassins, etc., etc., etc. Uh, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but depending on a mascot can sometimes save your company, and it's not like Mega Man's a bad mascot. I'm just saying, Mega Man's known and loved by a lot of people. You have a nostalgia factor there that you aren't gonna get with most of your games.
exactly.
Uh,
And
uh,
considering how Nintendo's been working 3D worlds, like especially for the Wii U,
yeah.
like say you take Mega Man, you could take the what's it called? The freaking because there's two routes. There's the classic Mega Man, and then there's the Battle Network Mega Man.
Battle
You
Network
could
is a very great franchise.
I know, I know.
Like, my God,
You
Capcom,
could
what are you doing? Why you pour more money into that?
you know what I would do with Mega Man? I would do what Sega did with Sonic and make a Mega Man Generations in a way, and just mix both timelines one with the other.
You know what they should do with Mega Man?
What should they do with Mega Man?
Relaunch a new animated series with a game.
Oh God, yes.
But a Mega Man series like uh, what was the one where he fused with Mega Man? Where literally the real world would
That
become
that was Battle Network.
Battle Network, right? But there was
That
one
was
before that one.
the third season, I believe, for Battle
Third
Network.
season. Okay. So have a small open world kind of game and slowly have it turn into that. Like when you least expect it. We're not searching for jump scares or anything. We're just searching for the wow factor. How you are living life like it would be if you were in the animated series. You're the main character, whatever. You're in school. Suddenly, wee alert, alert. Battle's about to begin, and you're like, what? And suddenly you look out the window, and the whole like playground is starting to digitalize, and you have to freaking launch yourself into that zone and defeat the boss in there.
You know, it'd be cool if you gave it like a class system, because you have to remember during that season, not only could Land mix with Mega Man, but as long as he was Mega Man, he could mix with Proto Man, Guts Man.
Yeah, he could
Well,
also fuse with the other men.
I I would make it I would make it in a way where during the campaign you could only fuse with Mega Man and maybe extra fuse with the others.
Yeah,
But I would make it so that you could put a multiplayer version.
and then fight other people with their own versions.
Yeah, like you wouldn't. Yes, you could be mixed with Mega Man. You would lower down the scale so you don't make him OP as the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
But
You
that,
balance them out.
yeah, you balance them out in a way that you can use every other of the robot lords. I forget the term they use for it.
Yeah,
Um, that you could use them for your custom character.
yeah, yeah.
You could even give it a separate storyline in the multiplayer. You know.
It would be really cool, and if you launch a series with it, and not animated like they're doing now, just animated like they used to, and add a few more details in the coloring, the shade, the lines, and you're done. You're gonna have a lot of older people watching that because they remember the old series. Don't give it a very childish tone, but don't give it an adult tone either. The in between. Look for the teenage crowd, the people who were really young when that series came out, but still remember it, and adults to start watching it again. And it's not too adult, so that little kids can also watch it. It's not really that hard because there are a lot of series that do it. Like Transformers, the animated series, they are right in the in between. adult and children, so everyone can watch it and do that. And apparently, breaking news, thanks to our writers who are supporting us in their own way, we're getting news that Nintendo Wii U is researching to release in China. China.
Exactly. One of the
China.
hardest places to release stuff.
China. Like, I'm not going to stop stating China. Like, the place that
Literally,
doesn't let you go in Facebook.
literally one of the hardest places to
Yeah.
be able to launch something at.
Yeah.
That,
It's
that
not
is that is some
impossible, but that's hard.
that is forever something I'll find interesting in the media business. If you're doing something risky, always try to appeal to China. If you can appeal to China,
You
you
win.
are
Because
made
there's
out
so
of
many
money.
people in China, no matter how much of a loss you're in sales in North America, if you can. What happened with Microsoft? Microsoft didn't sell well in the US. It sold a shit ton in China, though. That's where they got all their money.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
same thing happens with movies. Like, oh, we have this amount of billion. Why is that? Oh, because we actually managed to get a movie to China. Well, there you go.
yeah, like our movie was not against any of their political views, so we relaunched it over there. And they're like, new movie. Oh my god. Everyone watched it.
Yep.
Everyone. So, like, now, since we were talking about crossovers and now we're talking about China, because China, it's very interesting to wrap this all up, how a lot of the ideas Nintendo can pick up or try to develop, as long as they can amuse a large crowd, they will win. And I'm picking China as an example because China is a very hard crowd to please for everything. But that doesn't take away from the fact that a lot of other countries are just as hard. So Nintendo right now, like covering everything, they have a lot of assets. They have new consoles. They reduce prices. They've done all these things, and in the end, they're winning a lot. And it's not surprising, but it's uplifting because
It is
we're seeing
indeed.
this huge giant getting torn down by its own consumer base. And suddenly we were like, "What are you doing? Like you're taking down our past, our childhood. We're not gonna let you do this." And then that same consumer base turns itself around and lifts that giant back up. And we're slowly seeing how Microsoft, no, stop, Nintendo is going to eventually rival, if not beat Microsoft and Sony, if they don't and like finish the Sony and Nintendo agreements for their future collaborations. And since it's the two of us tonight, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Don't you agree with Jose? With me?
I believe so.
Are you sure?
Other than the fact that things are gonna happen, things are coming with a K.
See, these kind of jokes are the ones that make me want to hit you with a bat.
No, just giving a sweet reminder. Of
No, reminders are necessary.
course,
These
they're
people know.
necessary.
These people know what's coming. They know. They're waiting. They're hungry. And so soon, you guys will get what you've been waiting for. After
Remember, guys.
just
So
prepared.
remember to be always watching, always listening.
Always watching, always listening. Subscribe, like the page. Follow us wherever you can follow us. And remember, guys, we're doing this for you. This has been the Rating Pending Podcast Show with your host, Carno, also known as Eduardo Toro, and Solid Space, better known as Jose. Good night, everybody.
Signing out.
Have a good time.